Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline, and welcome to today's Light the Torch ceremony, where we're celebrating a book and a movement that's changing the way women show up for their lives. Thank God it's Monday, choosing to create a life you love to live. It's a powerful multi author collaboration led by the visionary Anisa Crespo, featuring real stories from 11 incredible women. This book is bold reminder that Monday doesn't have to mean burnout. It can mean breakthrough. From career pivots to spiritual awakening, each chapter is a spark to help you reclaim purpose, passion, and the joy every single day. So welcome, Anisa. How are you?
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I'm so grateful to be here and excited to share all about this.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited too. Why don't we start off by sharing a little bit about yourself and what light you up to work on, or what lights you up to just on a regular Monday morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Anissa Crespo. I am the co founder of Million Dollar Mom Society and the creator of Thank God It's Monday. And this all came about just as anything did with an idea. I had just recently left my six-figure corporate job to go all in on my business.
Mm,
And I realized something that people hate Mondays. But when you are living in alignment with your purpose, you
mhm.
don't ever have that. You don't ever have the emotion of, oh my gosh, tomorrow it's Monday. I have to go back to work. I have to get up again. I literally jump out of my bed every Monday and every day, every morning. Like I haven't set an alarm and I don't even know how long. My body
Mhm.
automatically wakes up on its own clock every single day because I have created this life that I love to live and I chose it. And that's really how Thank God It's Monday all got started.
Wonderful. Well, on that particular note, can you share us a little bit of how did this particular book come about? Like, did it start as an idea or did it start as a title? And how were you able to gather all of these wonderful women you've joined forces with for this book?
Yeah, it really did just start as an idea and then I came up with the title. And as the title came, I started to write my chapter and
Mm,
I invited other women into it because I realized that I'm not the only one who's out here living in my purpose. There are so many other women who are as well, and they have turned their passions into purpose and
mm,
profits, and they love waking up on a Monday morning and doing what they do. They love the clients that they serve. They love the impact that they make in the world. And that is really what it's all about. So I just started reaching out through my Facebook group, through social media posts, through emails to see who else would like to collaborate with me in this book. And it filled very, very quickly.
that's great to hear. Well, we're very excited. Your chapter shares a pivotal moment of choosing purpose over pressure. Can you give us a glimpse of how did that turn out to be?
Yeah, absolutely. So, pretty much, I had a spiritual awakening back a few years ago. I had been in a male dominated industry for over 10 years. I had a great job. It's not like I left a job that was toxic by any means,
Mhm,
but I felt like I was not fulfilled. I felt like my cup wasn't filled. So I ticked
mhm,
all the boxes of what a successful woman in corporate America looks like, but it just was not fulfilling my purpose, that sense of calling, like, what am I here for? And I realized that what I wanted to do was to help women. And at that time, I had no idea what I was going to do or who I was going to help. But then God and the universe came together, conspired to put people and opportunities in my path so that I could carry out this mission of helping women. And now, a little over a year later of when I first started my business. Actually, interestingly enough, today is the day that we launched Million Dollar Mom Society. My business
oh,
partner and I, today is our 1 year anniversary, and we did not plan this. It just totally happened to be, probably by happy accident, and it's not intentional, but at the same time it is. So it's pretty cool. And we have accomplished a lot in 12 months. And it's because we stay in our purpose and we do what fulfills us and makes us happy every single day, which is helping other women in business as well.
Well, congratulations to that. There's so many things to celebrate today, then.
Yes.
But getting into that celebratory state, I'm sure that it took you a lot of courage to root yourself out of your $6 corporate job. And many people, I'm sure, are in the same situation where they probably love their job, but it's draining them, and it just felt like Monday is a drag. What can you tell these women? What gave you the courage that may give them the courage to choose differently?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a huge leap of faith
Mm,
to be able to leave a very, very cozy, comfortable 6 figure job to bet on myself, go all in on my business. I had a lot of people around me doubting me. I had a lot of people around me telling me I was crazy. Why would you do something like that? Are you a
mm.
fool? I remember the words from somebody saying to me. And the answer is I'm not a fool. I actually believe in myself just crazy enough to make this dream a reality. And when we do that, especially as women, we're balancing so many different things, motherhood and being a wife and all the different things that come with that. And we want to have this sense of purpose as well. And I know so many people who are out here in jobs that they absolutely hate and they're unhappy. And if you think about it, we're pretty much working for the majority of our lives. Like
That's
a
true.
big portion of our life is spent working at a job or in a career. And if you're not happy, then you have your entire life just passing you by day. And I was not prepared to leave that legacy for my children to show them like, hey, yeah, we're just grinding it out every single day at a job that we hate getting up for in the morning just so that we can make ends meet. And half the time people aren't even making ends meet at their jobs because there's a cap, right? Like if I would have stayed at my job for 20, 30 years to come, I would be capped at that 6 figures. We built a business that hit 6 figures in 6 months. And now this year, right now, as we stand 12 months later, we're on track to do 7 figures in our business this year.
Wow.
So it's a testament of what can happen when you have faith in yourself and you believe in yourself. And talk about the courage. The courage is so important because
Yeah.
a lot of people think that you need the confidence. It's not the
Mhm.
confidence that you need. It's the courage that it takes to make that one decision and then the next, and take one foot in front of the other. And every day keep taking small actionable steps towards a big, big goal that makes that progress happen. And the confidence comes after the courage. So as we do things over and over again, we start to build that confidence. Nobody was great the first time they did anything. Nobody. I don't care. Athletes, musicians, people practice over and over and over again. It's no different in your business. And that's what, thank God, it's Monday is all about. It's about choosing your path and your life, because we get to create our own destinies. We have that capability. And a lot of people don't even realize it.
That's really nice. And when you mentioned that, no, nobody started great. We all had to start small somewhere. We just have to practice all our way through. And I think it's wonderful that you just have to find that courage within you to take that step and move forward. What do you think how do you think can people shift their mindset into that particular mindset, where that particular space where you just have to move forward, take that courage?
Yeah, well, I believe that everything begins in the mind, and mindset is huge. It's so very important. And for me,
Mhm.
before I made a decision to leave a job, before I made a decision to start a business, I had been doing mindset work for years. I had dabbled in side hustles and entrepreneurship for years before I really
Mm.
took that leap and said, okay, I'm really ready to go all in now. I started very, very small, and it comes from the mindset that small steps lead to big results.
That's great. I love that. Now, before stepping into alignment, what did Monday feel like for you?
Dreadful. I would remember like sitting on my couch on a Sunday afternoon and getting into the evening time, we'd have dinner, and this anxiety would set in. Not that I
Mm.
hated my job, it's just that I worked for a very stressful job. So I would be automatically in my head like, what is this week going to look like? What do I have to come into? What emails am I going to come into tomorrow morning on Monday when I get to my desk? What kind of pressure is there going to be on me? Did anything go wrong over the weekend? These are the types of things, and it was causing physical upset in my body because anxiety is an emotion, but it causes physical distress.
That's true. And I'm sure even now that you've already transformed, you've already broken through, you still have to do that. You still have to plan your week ahead. You still have to think about the things that you need to do. Do you need the goals that you need to accomplish? But how would you describe your Mondays now?
So now my Mondays, I take completely for myself to work on my business, to plan my week ahead. I wake up in the morning, excuse me, before I even start my day, I'm in prayer, I'm in
Mm.
meditation, I am mapping out my goals for the day and the week. And I really take time for myself. I work out, I'm drinking a protein shake, like really self care before I even begin my day. Whereas I never did that before. I never
Mhm.
time for myself like that because I was always on a time crunch. It was always, go, go, go. And everything had to be according to somebody else's time. Like I
Right.
trading my time for money is basically what
Mhm.
happens when you're working a job. And I don't do that anymore. I don't trade my time for money. My money is now made through offers. So it's a very different lifestyle when you're an entrepreneur. Now, does that mean there's not hard work? No, absolutely not. There's tons of hard work in entrepreneurship, especially when you're first starting out. But as you progress and as you go along, if you have the right mentorship and you have the right systems and strategies and mindset work and all of these things in place, everything gets better. And then you start being able to hire out a team to handle some of the things that you no longer need to be able to do. So it's just, making progress as you go along.
And speaking of these tools and support systems that you have, um, how did they help you stay aligned, or how much of support system do you need to help you stay aligned and keep you on this path?
Oh, it takes a village. We are advocates for our community and the support systems that we have built and we have in place. For example, we have built a Facebook community of over 15,000 women. It's a very
Mhm.
supportive space where women can come, they can share about their business. We also have a paid membership community where women can come and get hot seat coaching, and they can come
Mhm.
and they can get mentorship. And it's not just one specific thing like business strategy. We also talk about manifestation. We talk about health and wellness. We talk about all things life and entrepreneurship and motherhood and being a woman and being successful at life. And it's very important to have a support system because it's not easy to do it alone. I have
Mhm.
tried, and I am not ever going to do that again. It's not the way to go. It's one of the reasons I love having a business partner because we can lean on each other for ideas, for support. It's just so very important. And a lot of times, especially when women are jumping into entrepreneurship where they prior to that were in a either corporate or, just working a job, they oftentimes don't have that support system. And it's because, their friends and family are in their ear telling them like, why, this is not the way to go. This is not how you're going to feed your family. And it's really important to surround yourself with women who are already doing it. So if anybody needs a support system, Million Dollar Mom Society is open to the public. It's a free community. We'd love to have you in it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what do you hope your readers would walk away after reading this book?
I always say this as I wrap everything up. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are correct. Your belief in yourself is going to shape your entire destiny. And it's just so critical to have faith. Faith has taken me 40 years on this earth, and it will take me the rest of my path and beyond. And that is what I hope women stand to gain from this and from the book.
Wonderful. I love that what you said about whatever you believe you can and you can't. You're correct because it all starts there.
Yes.
So how was this entire writing journey and sharing your story impacted your life now?
It's amazing. First of all, I'm so grateful to each and every one of the authors who contributed a chapter to this book to really make it the masterpiece that it is.
Yes.
When I read it, I was in tears. I mean, it just brought me to a place where I'm so very humble because I'm so grateful to be able to have women like this in my life who are sharing in this journey with me and just get to experience and get their message out into the world. And to be able to provide a platform for women to do that is amazing. And I'm also so grateful to Hannah and Adriana and the women of She Rises Studios and the men too, for making this a possibility and also giving us women like myself and the authors in this book platforms where we can come and we can share our message with the world, because it's important. We have our God-given gifts and talents and our voices, and we need to use them. And I hope that somehow anyone who this reaches gets inspired to use their voice.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, not to put a highlight on any specific co-authors that you have here, but is there any specific story that stood out for you?
No, they're all, every single one of them is just, one is just as compelling as the next. They are all
Mm.
equally special in their own way because each woman has a different journey and a different story to tell and a different reason for what Monday means to them and why they're
Mhm.
excited about their purpose and their passions and their service to this world.
Now, you've talked a lot about living on purpose. What does that look like for you?
Well, living on purpose means that I no longer do things that do not make me happy. I have found that when I am not in alignment, I feel frustration. Sometimes I can feel anger. Sometimes I
Mhm.
can feel confusion. When I am in alignment with my purpose, everything is a flow state. It feels
Mhm.
seamless. It feels natural. It doesn't feel like I'm grinding. It doesn't feel like a hustle, to where I used to be in all types of different things where they're literally called side hustles for a reason. It's because on top of your day-to-day work that you're already doing, you're hustling in addition to that just to make a couple extra dollars. And I've been there and I don't
Mhm.
like the way that feels. I absolutely love living my purpose in alignment all the time. And anytime I feel myself shift out of that, I always take a step back. I do some inside work. Sometimes it goes all the way back to inner child healing. And I find what is the cause of me being out of alignment right now. Even in my business, if there's an offer that just doesn't feel right or something is wrong, I need to pivot, I will pivot.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that. It's very inspiring. And I know there will be a lot of other women who might need help and want to start their journey towards this living on purpose and getting themselves aligned. How can they connect with you?
The best way to reach out to me is on Facebook. It's just Anisa Crespo. You can send me a DM. You can send me a friend request. I'm happy to connect with you. I'm happy to bring you into my world. Get into our group, Million Dollar Mom Society. It's a wonderful place to be. There's a lot of support in there. And I hope that I have inspired at least one woman with this book.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you will be inspiring a lot more women out there. And I know that we've just released your ebook today, but do you have what's next in on your journey? Do you have any plans ahead?
Oh, yeah. We have a huge year ahead of us. So, one of the things that we're really excited about is our TV show. It's called The $1,000,000 Room. It's
Oh,
taking place at an event that we're hosting, very luxurious event in Laguna Beach in November. And at that event, we are going to be releasing our next anthology book, which is called Possibility to Prosperity. If anybody wants to jump into that book, it's not too late. We still have a few spots left for authors that can join us in that book. And we're really excited to be able to share that on a national TV show that is going to be broadcast to 1 billion people.
that's wonderful. Very exciting. So, just to close this out, do you have any final words for all the women out there that might be listening to us? And how they can transform their lives.
Just do it. Do it scared, do it nervous, do it unprepared, do it messy. Just do it. Take that one step. If you have something that's weighing on your heart, whether that's a big goal in mind, or you want to start that business, or you want to launch that offer, whatever it
Mhm.
is, just start.
That's wonderful. That's a very, it's a wonderful advice. Thank you so much for that, Anisa. Well, what an inspiring celebration of purpose, passion, and power of choosing a life you love. So, congratulations again. And to all the phenomenal authors on the release of Thank God It's Monday. Your stories are already lightening the way of so many women out there, I'm sure. To everyone listening to us today, we're excited to announce that the ebook is officially available on Amazon. So if you're ready to refine success, reignite your purpose, and fall back in love with Mondays, grab your copy now and start your transformation. Thanks again, Anisa, and thank you everyone that's listening. Until next time.
Thank you.
Bye.